Hello everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen. If you are a first time visitor here, a very warm welcome to you. If you have been here before, my apologies for the extremely long break that I've taken. We've had a lot of life going on over the last few months and I just had to make the decision to let go of my crafting and my channel to deal with everything that was going on in the family. But I'm back now. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice I have a new setup. That's because one of the things that's happened is we've actually moved. I can't find anything. I'm really out of practice at both crafting and videoing. And I keep thinking, oh, I'll get my craft room organised and then I'll video something. And to be honest, you know what it's like. It feels like it's just an excuse that I'm putting things off. And the only way I'm going to get myself organised and work out where things need to be is to actually start working again. So I'm back today with this beautiful strawberry kit from Vals Crafts Creations. This is going to be a design team project for Val. And while I'm on that note, thank you, Val, for your patience. While I haven't been able to work, I do appreciate it. So I'm going to start off by just showing you this kit very quickly. I've printed this out on just standard 80 GSM copy paper, and I have printed it at, I believe it was 95%, just to make sure I got the whole of each page onto the A4 sheet. So I think you'll agree this is a rather scrummy kit. It's making me hungry as I'm flipping through, and I don't really know yet what I'm planning to do with this. As I say, I thought I'd ease myself back in gently by giving you a quick flip through of the whole kit, and then I will pause the video, go and take all these white edges off and have a think about what I would like to do. I'm really loving these pages with the vintagey vibe, you know, the travel sort of elements in the background. But they're all lovely, aren't they? I think these would make really lovely wall art. So how are you all? I hope you're all keeping well. Now the other thing I must mention is I do believe that as I was printing this kit, I got low on yellow ink. So I'm not sure if that has affected the reproduction of the colours or not. So thought I'd better just mention that. But again, I'll link to all the information regarding this kit below so that you can go and take a look for yourselves. And I also have just remembered that as I was printing this, one page did go funny, so I believe there is one page missing from this kit. But I mean, as you can see, there's plenty of pages here. I think there were 30 pages altogether, but I haven't counted to see how many I've actually got here. It might have been more than 30 actually, I can't remember now. I printed this the other day and I've been, you know, trying to get myself organised since then. So, and I've been asleep since then. You know what it's like. So that's my quick flip through. So I'll just pause the camera now and I'm going to go in, as I say, take all the white edges off and I will be back with you shortly. Right, I'm back again. I started cutting off all the edges and then I thought I had an idea about what I wanted to do, so I thought I can just do it as I go along. While I'm unpacking, I have found all these cut up bits of envelopes and file folder, and I've got this piece. It's just, as you can see, the bottom, this was a whole file folder and this bottom bit's been cut off. And I thought, imagine that's my journal page. This would make a nice, obviously I cut it down. I suppose it would be a bit like a library envelope, you know. So this will make this a pocket. This will stick down obviously I have to reduce it in size slightly, so that's what I'm going to do. So let's see how big we want this to be. Probably cut that off about there. So let's do that first of all. Found this rule cutter thingy that I don't know why. I haven't used it for ages, and I found it while I was unpacking everything, so I thought I'll use that while I'm here. So that's that, and then I think we will probably want this bit to be a bit lower down, so let's just eyeball this and cut a bit off, make that pocket a little bit less deep. We'll go about here, I think. So if I sound echoey, as I say, this is the first video I'm making since we've moved, and I am still in the process of unpacking. I'm just wondering whether to put another pocket on there so that we have like a double pocket. Yeah, I may do that. I'll think about it. This is the first video I've made since we've moved here. So I'm still sort of getting my setup sorted. So I'm not really going to know what's going to work and what's not until I've done a few videos. And also, I'm not sure what the sound's going to be like and the lighting. So hopefully it will all be okay. But if you have any comments regarding any of that, please let me know. I'm just thinking I should have something underneath here, shouldn't I, to protect my mat. So I'm just going to stick this piece on to cover my background. And then I'll stick my pocket down, and I might even go mad and get the sewing machine out and stitch around these. I probably won't do that on camera because I say I'm still getting everything sorted. I don't know where everything is. There's probably going to be a lot of stopping and starting in the next few videos while I sort out where everything is and where I'm going to want to keep things in future, you know, as I get myself more organised. But I feel like the only way I'm going to know where I'm going to want things, where is going to be a sensible place for them to be, oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Is to actually start using everything. Just trying to grab a pair of scissors. I think this will be more successful than the ruler slicey thingy. That's obviously a technical term. So I'm just trimming off the excess. I feel like I might need to do my usual trick and pop this under the guillotine once I've finished, because I can never seem to get my edges completely sorted. And then I need something to cover this part. So I feel like we should use something with the strawberries on, although if I do then put another pocket on, I'm going to hide the strawberry, so maybe we'll save that for a top piece. Maybe more passport there would be nice, perhaps. Or we could do the top piece and have the little clock on there, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. So this is going to be my front piece, so I'm going to pop glue on there. And then I'll probably use one of these other leftover pieces of file folder to make a tag or a journal card pop in this pocket. Now hang on, I've got to make sure this is the right way up. Yep, that's right. Don't want my picture being upside down. That wouldn't be any good, would it? Let's pop the lid back on my glue before I have an incident with that. And then let's trim this off now. So I'm not going to worry about this too much because I am going to pop it under the guillotine when I've finished. So what exciting things have been happening in your world while I've not been here? I have a new grandson. He was born at the end of May. I'm not sure if I've mentioned one of the things I've been doing while I was away was babysitting. My daughter started a new job at the beginning of the year, and so I was looking after her children until she went on to maternity leave. And then we were blessed with another grandson at the end of May. Now, I need to decide now whether I want to pop another pocket on here or not, or whether to just leave it like that. We do have a little bit of edge issue there, but that will be sorted, as I say, once I pop this under the guillotine. Yeah, I think I might pop that on there. So let's cover it with the strawberries, or the little bits of strawberries at the bottom there. Yeah, so that was one big thing. We had a new grandson, and as I say, we moved. Well, we actually completed on our house purchase at the beginning of June, but we have moved from England over to Northern Ireland, so it was an overseas move. So we didn't actually move in here on the day we moved, if you see what I mean. So that was quite a big thing, because obviously all our family are still in England and we're over here. So that's been exciting, but Max is enjoying the new house very much. He's gone from having been confined to one tiny little space with a teeny weeny garden to having an acre of garden and a big house that he can explore. So he's very happy. Now I think I'm going to put, do I want little notches in there? I know you don't really have notches on library cards, do you? I'm not sure if I want notches or not, but I do want to ink all these pieces. So excuse me, Max, just trying to reach for my box of bits that I use all the time, that I keep to hand, and Max has decided to lay on top of them, which is not helpful. I do have some white edges here, but inking them will disguise that. And once I'm going to trim off a little bit here, because I have a little overhang of file folder. I'll ink all around these, and as I say, I probably need to do this again once I've put the thing together and tidied up my edges, but I'll go around it now once anyway. So this is going to be my base. Oopsie, pop that lid on. I I feel much better now I've actually started doing this. I was really nervous about coming back on here, which is silly, but it's been such a long time. I'd forgotten how to do everything. Wasn't sure how I was going to set everything up. But you know, you always build these things up in your head, and it's never as bad once you actually take the plunge and do it. So, right, I've popped that pocket on there, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down each side to seal this pocket. But it's literally just to hold it for now, because I am going to, once the glue is dry, I am going to run this under the sewing machine, I think, which will be another adventure, because I know where my sewing machine is, but I don't know where anything else is, any of my threads or anything. So that's our double library sort of pocket thingy. Now, if I want to make a tag to go in there, I'm going to want that to be, this measures to about 4 1/4, but obviously I've got glue down the sides, so let's try 4 inches and see how that looks to start with. I wonder if I can do this on here. I line that up. I don't think this is actually square, but still. Let's go with this for a starting point. Go there and there, that should be 4. And let's see how that looks. Obviously it's too tall, but I think that's going to need a sliver more off, because once we've covered this, obviously it's going to make the fit even more snug than it already is. So let's just pop off another 1/4 inch and see how that feels. Do you know what, I'm just thinking as well, once I stitch, they may come in even more. Just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to take off another 1/4 inch. It's like cutting your fringe, isn't it? I just straighten that up, just take a little bit more off there, just take a little bit more off there, and before you know it, there's nothing left. Right, so that should feel okay now. Yeah, that's better. And we want to cut that about there, and hopefully then that will be enough to make something for the other pocket. But if it's not, you know, I've got plenty of file folder here, so it's not the end of the world. So if that one goes in there, will that one go in there? Perfect. So let's cover this with something. Now, do I want to do something that's in keeping with the travel, or do we go roguish with the strawberry basket? Maybe the strawberry basket would look nice. So let's pop that on there. Can't get the lid off. Don't know what happened there. And I feel like I've not got much to say, even though all these, you know, I've probably got months and months worth of updates to give you, but I can't think of anything to say. Right, let's try and get that just above there. Oh, look at that. Bang on the edge. I didn't even try to do that. I don't know where my scraper is or anything. Oh, I'm going to need to clean my mat. I've still got glue on there, even though I was using that file folder. And obviously this is curly because the glue is still wet, but once it's dry, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't know if I'm going to stitch around I think this is going to be a tag. I don't know if I'm going to stitch around this as well, or if I'm just going to leave these, but I will be popping it under the guillotine. In fact, let's get the guillotine up now and tidy these bits up. Where have I put my guillotine? Over there. I'm hoping with my new setup I can fit this under here without causing you all too many problems. I literally just need to take the tiniest sliver off of the edge of this for that one. That's better. And the same on the other side. Just teeny weeny slice. Right, that looks better. I just need to re-ink it. And let's do the same here to tidy this up. So I'm not sure if the guillotine edge is in view on the camera or not, because that glue is still slightly wet. It's not cutting particularly well. That's that side. And let's do the same on the other side. Nicely. Now I do want to just shape the top a little bit. That's that. And now we need to do more inking again. Just re-ink these edges where we've just tidied them up. That's better. Now, what do we want on here? Want some decoration. Now obviously we all know what I'm like when it comes to embellishing stuff. I happen to have unpacked a bag of red-ish or tones of red. Oh, that goes quite nicely, doesn't it? I think we'll use that. Ribbons and things here. So I thought, oh, that's good. I can use that for this. But I don't know where everything else is. I've also got I'm not sure where what am I looking for? Not sure where my crocodile is, so we'll not worry about that at the moment. We want some sort of embellishments on here. I feel like this needs a ticket or a word or a number or something. I'm not sure. I was half thinking about maybe cutting out some strawberries and sticking them on the background here just for decoration, but I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. This is where I always stumble, is decorating. Right, now somewhere, as I was unpacking, I saw a book of words. Just bear with me a moment. I'm just going to try and grab a few bits that might be useful. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I've managed to grab a few bits and pieces here. I found my crocodile, but looking at this, I think this would look nicer stapled. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't think this ribbon would look nice squeezed through a little hole. So, oops, that wasn't a very good cut, was it? So I'm going to pop this on here, just with a staple. Try and get it roughly centered. So that will go in there like that. And then I'm just having a rummage. I've got all my little boxes of things. Some labels here. See if there's anything that might work. Not sure about that. I think it might be too white. Oh, I'm suddenly feeling very warm. That might be a bit better. Let's just pull some of these things out. Oh, very warm. And I haven't covered my little piece yet, have I? And I don't know where I've put it. Oh, I thought I might want to round the corners, and I haven't done that yet either, have I? What do I do with my small piece of card? Is that it? Yes, let's cover that, because these all need to be drying, don't they, while I fiddle about. So what am I going to want on this piece? Do I have a small piece of paper left that I haven't used? That would be good. And we wouldn't have, oops, wouldn't have any waste then. No, it's not wide enough. Not wide enough. Right, what are we going to want? Or, actually, some journal cards here already done. I wonder if any of those would look nice in there. You know, just to break things up a bit so it's not all too matchy-matchy. Let's have a look. Just having a rummage to see what I've got. These are all too big, I think, at the back. No, nothing in there. Right. Go back to plan A, Karen, and stick on your doobry. Right, let's find a piece of paper that will coordinate. I might leave that in there as well, actually. What about these stamps at the bottom? That might be quite nice. Right, let's get some glue on here. was just using the light to see roughly where I wanted that to be. It's sticking out the way. Let's cut this out. And it was just as well I paused a moment ago because the postman turned up and Max went a bit bonkers. Eventually we'll have a little post box at the end of the drive so that the postman won't need to come in, and that will help keep Max calm. If you haven't been here before, Max is a Sprocker Spaniel and he has anxiety. You know, all Spaniels are a bit mad, but Max takes it to another level, shall we say. And so we try to keep, you know, things that set him off to a minimum. And the postman coming is one of the things that sets him off. Like that will go in there, but I think I want to round the corners because A, it will look nice, and B, it will make the little card slide in and out a bit better. And it also fits with this travel sort of theme that's going on these pages. You know, it just reminds me of a little travel card or something. So we'll pop that in there. And then I want something on here. Could have another stamp that way. What stamps have I got? I've got some nice faux postage stamps here. I think I made these on camera. Is there anything that will sort of go? Or I've got some clusters that I've pulled out here as well. I might have something in there that will look nice. That's got a sort of a... and that's got a bit of red in it. Let's see what else we've got here. I do have some actual stamps in here as well. I think I could make a sort of a little cluster here with some things. I need something lacy. Want something behind it, but I don't know what. Sorry I keep going quiet. It's because I'm concentrating. Well, I'm thinking. And that's a bit finer. Would that be? That might work. Let's snip a bit of that off. And I want to keep that torn edge of the stamp, but I want to ink it up a little bit. I need to ink this. sure about this. Let's look in this box of clusters, see if there's anything here that I like. They're a bit big. I don't know why, but I like this stamp on here. Giant clusters. They're far too big. But that's the sort of thing I had in mind. Bit of lace or something. No, I know what I don't want. I just don't know what I do want. I don't want the right colours. I did warn you, when it comes to decorating, I just can't get my act together. Now I have big, oh, got some tatty old tape here that I saved. Can I do something with this? Maybe a little bit of this. How does that look? I don't want to cover up this strawberry, this is the thing. I quite like that. Don't know why. But I think we might just go with that. So, and I have to be careful when I'm stitching this on the machine. I don't want to put this too close to the edge. And I'm not sure. I think Art Glitter Glue will stick this. Pop that way. And then I'll just have to lift it as I machine to make sure I don't do any damage to that. Now, does it need anything else? Obviously, once I've stitched it, that's sort of going to finish this off and give it a bit of a frame. Just wondering if I need anything on here. I want that on there. Probably up here somewhere, because if it's in there, we don't want things catching. Where was the other bit of that lace that I just snipped? Let's pop it on there. Snip that off. And we're sort of tying it together then. I don't want to cover those strawberries up too much. Should have inked the edges of that as well. Let's pop that. There. Let's try and get it sort of straight. Right. So how do you think that looks? Let's clusters back in there. Put the labels in another one in a minute. And where's my faux page? So you can see what it looks like. Probably tidied that away now as well, haven't I? Oh, there it is over there. So if this was our journal page, this would be stuck. And we could obviously glue it on 3 sides and have another pocket at the back or at the side. And then we've got our tag. A little card there that needs a little bit of zhuzhing. So that was going in there. And we've got our other little card in there and a little bit of decoration on the front. So let me know what you think. Very simple little project today, and again thank you Valerie for bearing with me over the last few months, and thank you for letting me play with your kit. I'm going to go away now. I'm going to stitch around this and I'll probably pop a picture up on Instagram or something so you can see it with the little extra zhuzh. But in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for coming back if you're a returning visitor. I really do appreciate the support. If you did enjoy my faffing, please don't forget to like this video and consider subscribing. I'm going to try to get back to uploading videos 3 times a week. Might take me, you know, a few weeks to get into the routine of doing that, but that's my aim, to get back to that sort of volume of videos. So have a good day. I'll see you again very soon. And in the meantime, take care and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye-bye.